Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's about damn time with a quick video about basic lock maintenance. So let's get into it, all right?
It's about damn time. Come and like and subscribe. It's about damn time. Come and like, share, subscribe. It's about damn time. Come and like and subscribe.
So first of all, you want to make sure that you always keep you one of these around. See, you first get your locks. Get you something like this, something with some like satin, silk looking hair piece. All right. The reason why you want to use that because most covers, most pillows is made with cotton and all that. So if you know cotton, if anything, they have lint, pieces of lint in it. So lint can get easily into locks. So that's basic, all right? You want to make sure that you keep your daily wash regimen. Make sure, basically, wash your hair the same time every time. I like to wash my hair like every 3 weeks. Sometimes I do once a month, and that's on God. I ain't even gonna lie. And when I do my wash once a month, I try to do this too. It's an apple cider vinegar rinse. So before I wash my hair, I dilute this. I put like a little bit in the bottle, probably like up to here, and then the rest will be water. And I just saturate or wet my locks up with it, and I let it sit on there for like about 15-20 minutes. Then I go and wash and shampoo. Once I get the wash and shampoo out, that's when I get a retwist. So I do one retwist a month, and I do the detox once a month. You don't want to keep being the person who's just sitting in class and just twist the same person you have, because it's gonna get real thin. It's gonna fall, and it's gonna fall out, and it's gonna like break, right? It's gonna break easily. So don't over retwist your hair. Try to do at least once a month. Another thing, if you're just starting your locks out, make sure you get you a protective style. Something that ain't gonna have your hands all in your head all the time. So when I first started getting my locks, I used to get them in braids. I used to go to work. I worked at a warehouse. I was always sweating every day at work. So I got me some that I can maintain, because if you just got a free retwist and you go to a job and it's always sweating hot enough, your retwist gonna leave fast and it's gonna be bushy looking all at the front. So get you some braids. They go to the back like that, so you won't have to keep touching on it, and that'll maintain your length too. It's gonna keep your hair from falling. It's gonna keep you from getting your hands all in your hair all the time. All right. Another thing, you want to pick you a good oil, hair oil. All right. So I use this is a Dr. Miracle's follicle healer. My favorite oil to use, like all of them, is jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is like a natural oil. It's the closest oil that's to your skin. You know, sebum, our hair produces sebum. Our skin produces sebum. So sometimes when our skin dry, our body produces this natural oil. It's called sebum. Jojoba oil is the closest oil that you can use to get your hair maintained with moisture all the time, right? Now, on top of this bottle, I always put like a little piece of oil in it, probably up here, and then I put water in the rest. That's really like a daily thing. When you first get your locks, you want to just spray your hair daily with, water. Don't overdo it. Don't get it till it's like soaky wet. You just want to make sure that you spritz it like a water plant. You know what I'm saying? All you need is water. You don't need to be touching on your hair all the time. Make sure you keep you a set or a bonnet or something, or a head scarf when you go to sleep. And make sure you don't put your hands all in your hair all at the same time. So there's just some basic things that's gonna keep you from maintaining moisture. It's gonna keep your hair growing, and it's gonna stop you from breaking the top of your locks. So if you one of the people who just got locks and just sit in class and you just be like twisting, please don't do that. You twisting, over twisting every week. You try to get a fresh retwist. No, that ain't gonna work like that. Try to get a retwist at least once a month. All right. And if you go do a retwist once a month, this is what I recommend. When you get braids and you get a retwist, you got 2 hairstyles. You really got 3 hairstyles in one. You got the retwist look, then you got the retwist look with the braids, and then when you take your braids out, you got another look. So it's gonna look like this a little bit. So you can rock these look for like 2 weeks. You can rock the braids for like 2 weeks if you don't want to keep them in the whole month. So that's just some basic 101 that'll keep you from retaining length. I've been growing my locks for about almost 9 years. When my nephew was born, that's when I first started getting my locks. I used to wash them out like every 2 weeks, because when you first get locks, depending how your hair is, they're not gonna stay. That's why I say get you something satin like this or a do-rag, tie it up every night. Don't let no hair get exposed to the cover or the pillowcase. If you're gonna do a pillowcase, get a satin pillowcase. S-A-T-I-N, satin pillowcase. They sell them at Walmart. You can get them Target. You can get them anywhere. That'll help you maintain not having like links in your hair. See, I try not to have no lint in my locks, and I try to make sure that they look as black as possible. Another tip: don't dye your hair. Don't dye it. I don't care what nobody say. Don't dye your locks, especially if you're just trying to get them and you're trying to get them to a certain length, at least shoulder length. When you get them to shoulder length, you can start dyeing them because you have time to, have length that you can afford to lose. But don't dye your hair, especially don't dye it blonde. If you dye your hair blonde, it's gonna fall out. I don't care what nobody say. Everybody that I've seen who dye their hair blonde, it falls out. So listen to me. Don't dye your hair blonde. Blonde don't even look right on most people. Don't dye your hair, okay? Keep your natural color that whatever you got. When you get to a certain length, then you can play around with it. If you're looking for a goal of having your hair on your shoulders, right? Don't dye your hair the first 3 years. Because the first 3 years, your hair should be at your shoulder, all right? But if you dye your hair and twist it every month, then that will call breakage fast. You'll struggle getting thin and it's gonna start falling out. So make sure you don't blonde bleach your locks. Bleach is bad for any type of hair. I don't care what nobody say. Especially if you're doing it by yourself. Don't take no recommendations from most people anyway. Try to keep your natural color as long as you could. Alright? So that's gonna help you from not having breakages. So again, let me give you my top 5. Keep you something like this when you get your first retwist. And even when you go to sleep, keep you one of these so you're gonna get lint in all those pieces of cotton in your hair. Wash your hair at least once a month or twice a month. Detox it once a month. Put a little of apple cider vinegar in there, and then the rest will be water. Let it sit for like 20-15 minutes. Pick you a good hair oil. When I use oil, I put it on my scalp. I put it on my scalp only. I mostly put oil on my scalp. When I'm retwisting, you can use jojoba oil, you can use olive oil, you can use castor oil. Those are my favorite ones off the top. Now, if you're having problems with dandruff, I recommend you use peppermint oil. Peppermint oil, peppermint got it's like a cooling feeling, like it's like you got an air conditioner on your head when you put peppermint oil in it. So it's gonna keep you maintain your moisture and it's gonna keep them flakes from leaving. All right. So this has peppermint oil in it, so that's one of my favorite oils to use for dandruff. Jojoba oil is a good oil to use for moisture. All right. I don't use wax. I didn't use wax when I first got my locks. I've never used wax. Beeswax, I never used that before. I used the gel-based kind. It's kind of like water. If you open the top and it's like jelly, that's what I used. When I first started getting my locks, it was made by Murray's, I think. So that's what I use mostly. But you can grow locks from waves. You can grow locks from 2-strand twists. You can grow locks from braids, like individual braids. Like you say, if you got an afro and you braid your hair, you can turn those into locks. I've seen people turn their retwists, they 2-strand twists into locks. And I grew my hair from waves. So once I got my hair to like a bob type hair, then I started getting the retwist. So that's just the basic maintenance 101. If y'all get any questions, if I confuse you guys, just let me know in the comments. But my top thing to don't do is please do not bleach your locks at all. Don't bleach, dye them at all. If you wash your hair once a month, run retwist once a month, depending on what job you get. That's why I say once or 2 times a month. Because if you at a job where you're sweating a lot, go ahead and you can wash your hair 2 times a month. Every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, you pick a day. Once you get your retwist, ask her to put in some braids, wait on braids for 2 weeks, take them out where your hair could be free, then you go get another retwist. Okay? At least once every month, you get a retwist. So don't bleach your hair, please. I'm talking to you. Don't bleach your hair. Lil Wayne, if you look at Lil Wayne, you look at all the people who bleach their hair, that's celebrities. The thing about it is you can learn a lot from people that you don't know. Once you see they dreads go blonde, they dreads don't go no more. Because they bleach it wrong. And the thing about it is some people have a lot of money. And if you tell a loctician or you want to get your hair locked and you want to get it bleached, they ain't going to have no problem doing it for you because you got a bag. But just because you can get people money, they going to do anything to hurt you. So don't bleach your hair. And that's the top basic maintenance of retaining locks on some real talk. Deuces.